Hey there, friends, and thank you so much for joining us here on ABC24 Plus. I am Chief Meteorologist Trevor Birchett with an extended look at your forecast as we roll through what is going to be a very hot weekend. Now, it's been a pretty busy week for weather here in Memphis and the Mid-South. We've had hot temperatures, some pop-up thunderstorms, even some hail and lightning on Thursday as some of those heavier storms popped up in parts of the Mid-South. I want to show you a time lapse from Thursday. This is from our Cordova camera at Hope Church looking to the south. And you're going to be able to see a thunderstorm bubble up over Olive Branch. It starts to dump all that rain. Watch right there. You see that rain come out of the cloud. Heavy rain, high wind gusts there. Even some hail reported near Hickory Hill as that storm kind of drifted off to the north. And then right at the end, kind of as expected for this time of year, the sun comes right back out, and we had a great end to our Thursday after those summer-style thunderstorms. It has been interesting to see who's been getting the storms and who has not. I have half of the people saying, hey, I've had too much rain, can you make it stop? The other half is saying, hey, my yard is literally dry, I need a little extra rain down here. So I pulled some numbers. I thought this was so interesting. This is the rainfall for the last 30 days. At the Agri Center, that's the National Weather Service office in East Memphis, right there at Germantown Parkway and Walnut Grove. 4.5 inches of rain in the last 30 days. They've had several pop-up thunderstorms right there over Cordova, East Memphis, Germantown area. But you go just a few miles away down into Olive Branch, less than an inch of rain. In fact, a lot of that happened yesterday on Thursday when that thunderstorm bubbled up over Olive Branch. So we have a big difference in rainfall between the Agri Center in East Memphis and Olive Branch in DeSoto County, and it's only 14 miles apart. And Olive Branch has been one of those areas that has missed out on a lot of those summertime thunderstorms, so a lot of folks have been having to add some extra water to their yard and to the garden. No problem with that in East Memphis and Germantown. They've been seeing storm after storm after storm, and some of that has been a little more on the heavy side, as you can see. The weather impact as we roll into this weekend is going to be the heat and a little bit of the humidity making its way back up too. I know through this week we've seen some of those pop-up thunderstorms. I think the odds of that are decreasing. Through the weekend, most of us will be dry. But when it's dry, that means it's going to be hot. Temperatures will continue to climb, highs in the mid to upper 90s, and a heat index possibly as high as 105, maybe even higher than that. So again, rain chance is pretty low for the weekend and early next week. There's a slim chance that somebody sees a pop-up shower somewhere, but I do think most of us are dry through the weekend. The next best chance of rain, that is on Wednesday, as a front approaches the Mid-South. It's technically a cold front, but I'm not going to call it that because the temperatures are not going to drop all that much. High pressure is in control right now. That's keeping us hot. It's also going to keep us dry through the weekend, but that area of high pressure is going to start to fade away by the middle of next week. Tuesday or Wednesday, that high pressure gets out of here and it allows that front to slide in. That is going to bring in some pretty decent rain and storm chances for Wednesday and Wednesday night. So we've got a pretty dry stretch here. It's going to be Wednesday and the middle of next week that front starts to slide through, and we could see some increased rain chances across all of the Mid-South, and then a very slight drop in temperature and humidity after that. Friday night football is back with those jamborees tonight. Weather looks pretty good for it. I don't expect any rain. It looks dry. Light wind out of the south, 3 to 8 miles an hour, but it is going to be warm and it is going to be muggy. 6 p.m., still 92 degrees. The temperature does fall off a little bit after sunset, but it's still going to be hot. 85 at 10 o'clock. And that humidity is going to make things feel pretty juicy overnight tonight. So if you are going out to those jamboree games, take care of yourself and stay hydrated. It is going to be a pretty warm Friday night. Looking ahead to Saturday, it looks like a hot one. Sunshine across the Mid-South. Very slim chance of a quick shower at some point Saturday, but most of us are just sunny, hot, and dry. You might be hoping for some rain, but odds are pretty slim. 97 for Saturday in Memphis, 97 in Dyersburg, 95 in Corinth, 97 in Mark Tree. Humidity starts to amp up a little bit too. It is going to be a muggy Saturday. That's going to bring the heat index to about 104 or 105 in Memphis. Down in the Delta, where that humidity is a little higher, heat index could be up to 110 for Saturday and for Sunday. Again, speaking of the rain chances, they're pretty slim here. We're going to start off the hour-by-hour radar Friday night. This would be about the time a lot of those Jamboree games are kicking off. Not much rain in our part of the world. There are a couple of showers to our east and to our west, but it looks like it's going to be dry here in the Mid-South. We will stay dry, warm, and muggy overnight. Temperatures only fall to around 77, and then a pretty nice start to our Saturday. If you're going to do something Saturday, or really at any point this weekend, the earlier in the day, the better, because temperatures are quickly going to climb. By Saturday afternoon, mid to upper 90s. And again, notice there are a couple of showers on the radar. I think odds are less than 20% for any rain. So I do think most of the weekend is pretty nice and pretty dry. Somebody could see a quick shower at some point. Most of us just going to be stuck with the heat through the day on Saturday and then staying pretty warm and muggy even into Saturday night. So look at that weekend forecast. It's going to be nice weather, sunshine Saturday and Sunday, very slim chance of some rain Saturday. Most will not see that. Sunday looks totally dry. Notice the highs 97 for both Saturday and for Sunday. So you want to find a way to stay cool. If that includes headed out to the lake, well, things look pretty nice out there. Down at Enid Lake in North Mississippi, 97 Saturday, 98 Sunday with some sunshine. Pickwick looks very nice this weekend. If you're headed out east, 95 on Saturday, 96 Sunday. Sardis not too bad either, mid to upper 90s for the weekend. And over in Arkansas, still pretty hot there too, 98 for Saturday and Sunday at Greer's Ferry Lake in northern Arkansas. Sunshine everywhere. Again, rain chances are pretty slim, so I think you should have a pretty nice weekend on the water. If you're trying to get out of town, well, you're not going to have much relief from the heat. It's pretty much hot everywhere. Down on the coast, could be some showers and thunderstorms if you're going to Gulf Shores, Pensacola, even down to New Orleans, Biloxi. There could be some spotty storms there. Going anywhere else, things look pretty nice. Gatlinburg might be the choice of the weekend. Highs around 90 up in the mountains with sunshine. And then if you're going north, very hot in St. Louis, 99 Saturday, right at 100 degrees in St. Louis on Sunday. Back here closer to home, expect the heat and humidity to continue through the weekend and even into early next week. The heat index around 105 for Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday before that front we were talking about comes in. It's not going to drop our temperature a whole lot, but it will bring in some slightly lower humidity by Thursday and Friday of next week, and that's why you see that heat index come on down. The one, I don't want to say good thing, but maybe slightly better thing with this heat wave as opposed to back in July is that we are not seeing as extreme of humidity. The humidity is still up there, just not as high as it was back in July. The dew point for tomorrow around 74. So it's still uncomfortable. It's still muggy. It's still humid. It's just not as humid as it was in July when we had the heat index as high as 110. Now, the muggy meter over the next week, it stays pretty high. It is going to be a humid stretch here, at least through the first half of next week. Once that front comes by, though, Thursday and Friday, we'll start to see that humidity come down a little bit. And that should help us feel at least a little bit better by the end of next week. But through the weekend and early next week, we are going to be hot. We are going to be humid. I know we're starting to round out summer, so a lot of people are making those final beach trips, final lake trips, final pool visits. Just remember to take care of yourself, stay hydrated, take breaks inside. Probably want to check on that AC if you haven't already. Don't forget your kids or your pets. Don't leave them in the car under any circumstance. And of course, check in on your friends and neighbors as well. Make sure they are doing okay. Of course, it is hurricane season, and we want to get to the tropics and get an update on what is going on out there. We do have a hurricane that we're watching, Hurricane Erin. Officially formed this morning. It's a Category 1 storm as of right now. It's about noon on Friday, so this could have changed a little bit over the weekend. But as of noon Friday, Category 1 winds of 75 miles an hour, and it's moving west-northwest at about 18 miles an hour. That's going to bring it over the Lesser Antilles and pretty close to Puerto Rico here for the next several days. This is the official track from the National Hurricane Center. Again, this is as of noon Friday, so this could change a little bit. It is expected to quickly intensify. This is the first hurricane of the season, so plenty of warm water to work with out there. And of course, that's the energy that the storms need to increase in intensity. Expected to be up to a Category 4 with winds up to 130 miles an hour by Monday or Tuesday. The fortunate news is it does look like it's going to take a curve out to sea. It does look like right now it's moving west. It does look like over the next few days it's going to start that curve closer to the north and eventually to the north and east. So that's going to bring it close to the east coast of the U.S., but I think in general that storm is going to be headed out to sea. You probably see that a little better on our spaghetti plots. Each line is a different model for a potential of where the storm could go, and every single one has it curving back out to sea. So that is good. It does not look like Erin will make a landfall in the United States, but it is going to get close enough to the East Coast that it's really going to kick up those waves. So if you're headed to the East Coast, Miami, Jacksonville, Charleston, the Outer Banks, those areas along the East Coast, as Erin kind of comes by next week, those waves are going to be really, really high on the Atlantic coast. But again, fortunately, it does not look like a landfall in the United States. I do expect it to continue to strengthen, though. Again, right now at Category 1, plenty of warm water out ahead of Erin. Anytime you see these water temperatures in the 80s, primed for hurricane development. They love that warm water. That's why we expect it to become up to a Category 4. But again, right now, Erin is not expected to make a landfall in the United States. We'll get a final check at that forecast closer to home for the weekend. Very slim storm chance for Saturday. Most of us do not see any rain, though. High of 97. We'll stay at 97 on Sunday with sunshine, a hot and humid weekend. Lows in the mid-70s, so it's going to be pretty muggy even overnight. We start off sunny and hot next week, 98 Monday and Tuesday with sunshine. That front does come in Wednesday. That's going to spark up some extra shower and storm chances. I think we see a decent chance of some storms Wednesday. And then once that front passes, again, I don't want to call it a cold front, but it is going to bring in some slightly lower temperature and lower humidity by the end of the week. Thursday and Friday, temperatures back to near average, 91 or 92, and slightly lower humidity. So it will be a difference, but it's not going to be too much of a cool down. Very slim chances for some showers by next Thursday or Friday. So all in all, it's going to be a hot and a humid weekend. If you are going to be out, take care of yourself and stay hydrated. But most importantly, have fun as summer slowly but surely starts to wind down. We're getting into high school football now, which means fall is closer and closer. Just got a few more weeks to wait before those temperatures finally start to make the decline. For now, I'm Chief Meteorologist Trevor Birchett. Have a fantastic weekend. We'll see you back here Monday on ABC24 and ABC24+.